Eventually, electric chargers will be available with a single rear motor with 335 horsepower and 314 lb-ft of torque. But the Daytonas for now all have a second motor, as well as a 100.5 kW lithium-ion battery with nickel, cobalt, and aluminum chemistry and peak discharge rate of 550 kilowatts in a world where 320 kilowatts is considered good. That big-time discharge rate, Dodge says, is to help the charger deliver blistering acceleration and perform its best over the entirety of a quarter-mile run. The Samsung prismatic cells will come from Korea in the first year and transition to ones made in Kokomo when the U.S. plant is up and running in 2025 or 2026. Range is 317 miles for the R/T and 260 for the Scat Pack, says Chief Engineer Audrey Moore. Both vehicles can go from 20 to 80% charge in about 27 minutes with a Level 3 DC CCS fast charger. Estimated peak charging capacity is approximately 9.9 miles per minute of charging time for the Daytona R/T and 8.1 miles per minute for the Daytona Scat Pack. Using a 350 kilowatts fast charger, Stellantis is still sorting out the adapter situation with corporate plans to adapt the NACS system. Four-door chargers, gas chargers coming. Dodge will add production of electric four-door Daytonas in the first quarter of 2025. These four doors will also be offered in R/T or Scat Pack forms, with the same performance levels as the smaller two doors and the same wheelbase. Launching with the EVs first makes a statement, Kuniski says. They are the more exciting and powerful models. By spring 2025, Dodge will also be building the so-called Charger 6-packs, 2- and 4-door chargers with the same platforms and bodies as the EVs but with gas engines. Customers have a choice of the 420 horsepower 3.0-liter twin-turbo standard output i6 Hurricane engine or the 550 horsepower high-output Hurricane. Both engines come mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. Dodge considered many different powertrains before settling on the i6. There are no plans to add a 4-cylinder, or a plug-in hybrid or a range extender, Kuniski says. Before you ask, there is no V8 in the plan. Eventually, the Daytona EV family will grow to include 9 power levels in total, 6 of them stage upgrades available through direct connection accessorized dealers. The final addition in 2025 is the Dodge Charger Daytona SRT Banshee, which adds 3 of the 9 power levels and will be the quickest and most powerful charger in the lineup. There is a drag mode, a 2-speed transmission with the ability to do multiple gear changes, and the aforementioned 800-volt architecture. There will also be police packages, an important part of the fleet business. And the family will likely continue to grow. If you were hoping for a return of the Dodge Challenger nameplate, park that thought. Kuniski says there are no plans to bring it back. Dodge pulled a fast one. It was about 18 months ago that Dodge showed a concept of what an electric muscle car would look like. That car, the Dodge Charger Daytona SRT EV, was a modern take on the brand's signature snorting performance and was designed to appeal to Hemi-loving motorheads while convincing them to try electric power. We loved the look of the concept, from the nose cone to the hatchback, the lighting, the proportions, and cool interior. And then we prepared ourselves for it all to be taken away on the production car, like what Ram did when it showed the provocative Revolution electric pickup concept, which morphed into the much more conventional-looking 2025 Ram 1500 REV truck headed for dealerships later this year. So, it was worth a hell yeah when Dodge brand CEO Tim Kuniskis delivered the news. The Charger concept revealed in August 2019 was in fact the production car, with a couple add-ons for showmanship like door handles, side mirrors, and different front seats. Yup, pretty much everything we loved about the concept, both inside and out, is real, and the first 2-door all-electric Chargers will go on sale this summer. Oh yeah, the Challenger name, which adorned Dodge's last-generation 2-door muscle cars, is on hiatus, and the Charger is once again a 2-door. Except when it's also a 4-door. The Charger family will be available in 2- and 4-door forms, in 8 colors, with either pure electric or twin-turbocharged Hurricane inline-6 power, and several performance tiers. Electric Chargers get a 400-volt electrical architecture, except for the upcoming high-performance SRT Banshee variant, which will use an 800-volt setup. All Chargers, gas or electric, will have standard all-wheel drive. All will have Fratsog badges all over because we like how it looks, don't overthink it, Kuniski says. Instead of Dodge, the EVs will spell out Daytona across the back. With so many variants, here's a quick explainer on the model-by-model rollout. Production of the 2024 Dodge Charger Daytona 2-door EV will begin mid-year at the Windsor Assembly Plant in Canada. The car will launch in 2 higher performance trim levels, starting with the 456 horsepower Dodge Charger Daytona R/T with the direct connection stage 1 upgrade kit that increases horsepower by 50. That power figure gets a 40 horsepower boost from the Power Shot feature, which delivers the extra grunt for 15 seconds with the press of the button on the steering wheel, upping peak horsepower to 496 ponies. The button needs a 30-second rest and then can be pressed again. Peak torque, as combined between the front and rear drive motors, is 404 lb-ft.